It's Tuesday here in Mae Sot, and it is Tuesday lunchtime. So I'm heading out to my current favorite lunch spot. And I thought I'd take advantage of this to do double duty, brought along my GoPro. And as I walk to the restaurant and as I eat my lunch, I'm going to reply to some comments. I haven't seen any of these comments yet, so they're going to be complete surprises to me. This is for the video that I just posted with the sort of the graphic chickpeas, naan bread, and stories. So I went to the, I think I went to the Lucky Tea Garden briefly, had breakfast there, and then I went to a coffee today, and I talked about a bunch of random topics along the way. And let's see what people had to say in response. William Price wrote, "Doug, I don't think you planned this, but your story about inadvertently setting up an automatic video capture for 8:37 tomorrow morning still has me laughing." Yeah, that little adventure was related to the touchscreen on the GoPro Hero 9 Black, which I've had issues with for a while now. And as I try to manipulate things and review videos and change menu settings, I end up accidentally clicking on all kinds of other menu settings. And while trying to exit from some menu somewhere, I accidentally set the GoPro to turn on at 8:37 in the morning and start shooting video. I didn't even know the GoPro could do that, to be honest. And there I was accidentally turning on that feature and setting a time. But this isn't really happening much anymore. I've gotten much more skilled at using the Hero 9 Black, and I'm not doing that anymore. I know how to work with this touchscreen. Found a couple of workarounds. This next comment is a longer one, so I came down this little side street to get a little bit of peace and quiet away from the traffic. And this one comes from Wander Eats from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, a YouTuber there. "Hey buddy, FYI, in regards to Malaysia's AstraZeneca vaccine, it was opened up to the public, but limited to the available dosage of over 200,000, and it was limited to Klang Valley only. Those who are keen, like myself, needed to register their interest on the app, and 48 hours later, they will inform you if you are successful in getting a slot and which date and time to get the jab done. In my video, that was the second day, so everything went smoothly, but recently the crowd has nearly tripled. I guess they wanted to get into the groove of things before ramping up the number of people. That being said, I hope you will consider getting yourself vaccinated in Thailand if they offer it either free or paid." And that comment is related to my retelling of a video that Wander Eats posted on his channel, where he documented his small adventures getting a COVID-19 vaccination in Kuala Lumpur. And I found the video kind of interesting. And I commented in particular on how large the vaccination clinic was in Kuala Lumpur, how large and well-staffed and well-organized, and yet there appeared to be very few people there. So, gotta get around this truck. These guys stopped here at a coffee shop. I've never had a coffee at this one, believe it or not. You think I tried every coffee shop in town by now. But yeah, apparently the availability of this AstraZeneca vaccine was something of a special case in Malaysia. And Wander Eats was explaining how that came about. And not to worry about me if I even sniff the possibility of getting vaccinated here in Thailand. I will be among the first registered and the first in line, so don't worry about that. The one issue I've heard here is that the vaccine from China might be quite common. Like if clinics open up here, people have recommended that I if I sign up to get when I sign up to get vaccinated, make sure I ask which one I'm getting, because certain vaccines, like the one from China, may not be recognized by other countries. I mean, setting aside any concerns about its efficacy, other countries may not have certified it. So it wouldn't help you out if you're trying to travel to another country. That's what I was told anyway. I don't know if that is true or not. So they were saying, try to get the Moderna, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, one of the vaccines that we know has been approved by medical organizations, and then you can travel with that certificate more easily than with other vaccines. So it's something I'll be looking out for. I've arrived at my Noodle house. I'm very, very hungry and very excited. There it is, across the street. I was here the other day during the lunch rush. It was quite busy. I always like to go just after any kind of rush. So I'm here at about 2 o'clock, and it shouldn't be as busy. And just in case you didn't see this place in my other videos, this is what it looks like. A noodle preparation spot over there with chicken or duck or various things. And yeah, they have some seating up here. You can see all the bowls and plates still out from the lunch rush. Yeah, and they have a nice seating area up here. Very pleasant. And I love the noodles here. I mean, the noodles themselves are delicious. But next to that, my favorite thing is this sort of self-serve station. There may or may not be ice. Ooh, look at that. Tons of ice. So let's get ourselves a Hickid, Mickid? I have no idea what that is. Some children's cartoon. Is there anything better than digging into a bucket of ice? I mean, seriously. Pure luxury. There we go. And then they have a tub of water here that you can get from this. Oh, can't do it with the camera. There we are, ice water. Nothing like it on this planet. The movie Mosquito Coast, starring a young Harrison Ford, written by travel writer Paul Theroux. That movie has really stuck in my head, as did the book before the movie. And yeah, one of the reasons it stuck in my head was this whole concept of bringing ice to the Amazon, like going into the jungle, kind of to get away from the world, to get away from civilization, which is what Harrison Ford's character, did with his family. And then what does he do when he gets there? He builds an ice factory to bring the comforts of the outside world into the jungle. And yeah, with perhaps predictable results when he tried to do that. But just the whole concept of ice is such an amazing one. Anyway, I've got my ice water. My noodles have arrived. Oh. Looks so good. Let me grab the camera for a second. So there they are. And this is a duck with yellow noodles. And I believe, as I've said many times already, this is a kind of blood pudding, I think. But I don't know the name of it. But let's settle in to enjoy my noodles. And as I eat, let's read the next comment. Alex Malcolm writes, I have never heard you say you did not like a food or beverage. This is a first. And yeah, I was in a coffee shop. I was in coffee today, and almost by accident, I ended up ordering black coffee. Just flat, black, unsweetened, non-creamer, non-cream coffee, just black coffee. And I commented in the video that given the kind of person I am, I really should drink black coffee and I should love it, but I don't. It's like I really don't like black coffee. And it's not so much the flavor, there's something weird about the bitterness of it that it when I try to drink it, it closes up my throat. I end up with this kind of tightened, constricted passage into my throat. I have a weird reaction to the bitterness of black coffee. Couldn't tell you why, but yeah, as I drink it, I find it more and more unpleasant. So that is something I don't like, black coffee. VS writes, Sir, most of the time I didn't skip the advertisement, so any revenue are you earning? Interesting question. You might know that I recently turned on monetization on the YouTube channel, and I spent a lot of time trying to learn how everything works, figure out the systems, in particular, how to control the number and type of ads that show up on the videos, whether you should control them or just let YouTube take care of everything. And yeah, that was a little bit of an adventure. So I still don't really understand what is going on or what is happening, but from what I can make out, based on the views that my videos are getting right now, my channel is actually earning money. There was some concern that it wasn't at all, but there was money sort of accumulating in YouTube, and then eventually it was transferred over to AdSense. And the short answer is that the channel seems to be earning about $200 a month. YouTube goes in 28-day periods, and it seems to be, it gives you a constant rundown of the ad revenue for the previous 28 days. And that number has been consistently at around $180 to $200 US, which for the number of views that my videos get, quite small as far as YouTube goes. That's kind of interesting, kind of impressive actually. So yeah, I am earning ad revenue through this channel, about $200 a month. Next comment is from Fabian Chan. He's writing about my Casio watch and the strap. He says, get any 18mm rubber strap. Don't buy back the same one for the model. Mine broke and I replaced with a third-party one that looks different but very durable. So I've had issues with these Casio watches, the watch itself being very durable, but the watch strap breaking all the time. And he was saying, don't buy the original replacement strap from Casio, get a third-party strap. And that is actually what I do. I wouldn't even know how to get an official Casio strap. So this is a third-party strap, and all the ones I've ever gotten were third-party, and they all break pretty early in my opinion. But maybe I'm harder on my watches than I realize. Molin Mondo writes, Yo, Doug, apparently there's a firmware update from last year, version 1.22 for the GoPro Hero 9 that fixes or improves the touchscreen control. You can download an official GoPro app that will wirelessly connect with the camera and update its firmware. Should be fairly straightforward and simple to do. You can try looking it up on YouTube if you need guidance. So yeah, thanks for the information. I've actually looked into this quite a bit, and I already had the GoPro app is installed on my phone, and I've experimented with connecting it with the GoPro and controlling the GoPro through the phone using the app. And my GoPro has the most up-to-date firmware. I remember reading about this firmware update, version 1.22. I think the big feature of that particular update was to fix the touchscreen. And it appeared to work for some people, not for others. But in my case, my GoPro is all the way up to, I think, version 1.53, which is, you know, the latest version. I think it came out in February of this year. So whatever improvements there were to the touchscreen, it's already been added to my GoPro through the firmware. And as I was saying, I've kind of figured out a workaround. The main one, the really dumb one, the touchscreen will not respond to my finger, but it will respond to my thumb. So if I use my thumb on the touchscreen, everything works fine. But if I try to use a finger, it doesn't work. Explain that to me if you can, if anyone can. But yeah, plus the power button works as a back button, which I didn't know about. I just discovered that. So even if you go deep into the GoPro menu system and you want to back out of the menu, instead of trying to use the menu and the touchscreen to do it, you just hit the power button, beep, and it throws you out and you're back to recording. So with those two techniques, I've fixed my touchscreen problems. So everything's good now. Next comment. I'm working from the very first comments back to the most recent. So these are the oldest comments on the channel. And as I said, I haven't seen any of these before. This is the first time. David Spingle writes, another gem of a video. About 99.99% is completely useless information. I don't own a GoPro and probably, like most viewers, don't really care about the issues. This pointless vlog just highlights how many of us have far too much free time on our hands. I wish you would do a pointless vlog that goes on for a few hours. I would play it like background music. So, some food for thought there from David. Yeah. 99.99% completely useless information. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you over that. I mean, what is useful, what is useless? If I'm talking about a GoPro and you don't own a GoPro, useless information. If I go to a coffee shop here in Mae Sot and talk about whether that coffee shop is good or bad, and you never in your life will ever come to Mae Sot, again, useless information. But really, is useful, useless the best way of judging something? It's kind of restricting because I watch the videos from Itchy Boots, for example. She's riding her motorcycle through South Africa. I have no plans to go to South Africa and travel by motorcycle there. So technically, that video I just watched is completely useless. But again, that's not the point of the video, is it? Whether it's useful or not. It's more, I guess, is it interesting or entertaining? And of course, that's a whole other question. Whether one of my videos would be interesting or vaguely entertaining for anyone out there. Well, that's, for some people it might be, for other people it wouldn't. You know, not much I can say about that. It either is or it isn't. There's one more thing this makes me think of is how your perception of something has a lot to do with your expectations. And I think that's where YouTube videos get in trouble a lot, because you're just roaming around YouTube. You see a video title and a thumbnail, and you form an idea of what the video is about based on the thumbnail and the title. Most people don't read the description, so there might be more information in the description, but most people never see that. So you think you know what this video is about, and you want it to be about that. So then you click on it, you start watching it, and it turns out it's not about that at all. Like, it doesn't meet your expectations, and that can be super annoying, like really annoying. And I think that can lead to a lot of, negative comments on YouTube, where this particular video of mine, I mean, I was pretty clear about what the video was. It's just me, foreign doofus, waking up in the morning, going for a walk in Mae Sot, and just talking about the things that are on my mind. I'm not pretending that the video is any more than that. It is exactly what it is. But I can see someone clicking on the video thinking, oh, there's a guy in Thailand. He's going to tell me all these great, interesting things about traveling in Thailand. and the video ends up not being about that, and then you get kind of annoyed, and that can lead to, you know, certain negativity. So yeah, I think about this whole expectations business when it comes to YouTube. One more thought, having said all that, his particular problem seems to be with the talk about GoPros, which again is understandable. If you're not interested in GoPros, I talk about them a lot lately because they're a big part of my life, and I'm getting used to a brand new GoPro, and I'm sharing all the you know, behind the scenes information about me getting new cameras, learning how to use them, testing them. All of that stuff is getting dumped not only onto this one channel, it's all getting dumped into the same video, right? So in one video, you might have me showing an interesting thing in Thailand, showing the breakfast I'm eating, and then talking about a GoPro for 15, 20 minutes. You know, it's like a mixture of topics. So I have had this idea lately of reducing that tendency and even starting a technology channel. I mentioned that in the previous reply to comments video. I'm thinking about starting up a second YouTube channel, calling it something to do with technology reviews, gear and technology. If I have this urge to suddenly talk for 20 minutes about voice control of the GoPro, well, then I'll just shoot that video, put it on the technology channel. And then if someone goes to the technology channel, sees a video about GoPros, their expectations are being met. So I was thinking about dividing up my topics a little bit, putting technology videos on a technology channel and more travel, vlog, video journal style would go on this channel. So yeah, something I'm thinking about. So poor David, he might get some relief in the future. Next comment from A. Patron. Hey Doug, some solutions if I may. The loud rain, buy some earplugs. Overwhelmed by technology, put it on the back burner for a spell. Take a break. Read a newspaper like you used to do back in Myanmar. Repairing Casio watch. Great for a full episode of Adventures in Mae Sot. So yeah, so in this video, I talked a lot about little technology challenges in my life, trying to make them entertaining stories if I can, you know. Whether I'm successful in that or not, I don't know. But earplugs, I live for earplugs. I have, in storage back in Malaysia, in my boxes there, I have a giant bag, I swear it's about this big, of about 500 pairs of earplugs because I order them in bulk. I cannot sleep without earplugs. So yeah, I use earplugs all the time. And the noise of the falling rain that was keeping me awake here cut right through the earplugs, you know. To be honest, without earplugs, I would never get any sleep at all. I just wouldn't. I'm so sensitive these days, and I don't know why. Yeah, without earplugs, I'd be even more tired than I usually am. What else is he fixing for me? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Overwhelmed by technology, put it on the back burner for a spell, take a break. Interesting comment, because you'd think I could do that, right? But I can't, which is what makes this situation kind of challenging. For example, what I'm doing is making YouTube videos, editing them and posting them. And if my technology isn't allowing me to do that, I can't put it on the back burner. I have this huge backlog of videos because I couldn't fix the audio out of sync problem. I spent weeks trying to fix it, and I could not get the audio in sync with the video. And then day after day after day, every day I would wake up, work all day long on a video, export it at the end of the day, and the audio was completely out of sync. So I'd have to go back and try and redo the whole thing, change all the settings, export it again, and audio still out of sync. Next thing I knew, a week had gone by, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month and a half, and I'm still trying to fix these technology problems. So I could set the technology problems on the back burner, but that basically means not shooting or uploading any videos. You know, until I fix the technology problems, I can't do any videos. So it's kind of a catch-22. What I can do, of course, is stop talking about them. I can do that. In terms of putting the technology problems on the back burner, I can take them away from the video journals, the video diaries that I'm keeping. That I can do. To be honest, I'm tired of it myself. I'm exhausted. I think he had one more. He was teasing me. He was saying that fixing my watch, that I could do an entire episode just about going off in search of a new band for my watch. Because I think I did that once already. Yeah, but that's what my life can turn into. So, some gentle teasing from a patron that I could do another entire video about my watch. But don't worry, I'm not actually going to do that. From Arnold, man, that Lucky Tea House menu looks good about now. Is it Indo-Burmese? Yeah, they have a great menu there, and they make those dishes very, very quickly. Yeah, great place, good food, good service, friendly people. But I don't know if it's Indo-Burmese, to be honest. Yeah, maybe with all the mutton curries and things like that on the menu. Yeah, maybe it has an Indo-Burmese flavor. I'm not really sure. I don't have a lot of expertise when it comes to food from different countries. Oh boy, this name is going to be a challenge. Rajesh Kumar Vishwanathan. Rajesh Kumar Vishwanathan. And he writes, nice vlog. Thank you, Rajesh Kumar. I appreciate that. To the point, nice vlog. And I hope he's serious and not teasing me as well. You never know. I never know. I will get you there writes, quote, learn the proper fingering technique. Doug's quote of the day. Cheers, mate. Another relaxing vlog. Yeah. When I said fingering in the video, as soon as I said it, I knew it was a mistake. Just as the words were coming out of my mouth, I thought, what a dumb thing to say. And I thought about, just going back and then re-recording whatever it was I said or deleting it from the final video, something like that. But I just sort of shoot, and whatever I say more or less ends up in the video. So even if I say something silly like perfecting my fingering technique, I tend to leave it in. I know somebody's going to tease me about it. That's okay. Next comment is from Francis Ho. Glad to hear that non-Thai residents in Thailand will also get their vaccine shot. Hope you will get it soon in Mae Sot. Yeah, I'm seeing reports in the media, and I'm hearing that whatever vaccination registration programs or clinics are being developed here in Thailand, foreigners will be included in the system in some fashion. So, in theory, when vaccines are available here in Mae Sot, I should be able to sign up along with Thai citizens and wait my turn in the queue for getting a vaccine. And I will do it at my first opportunity. From On His Wave, Discovering Thailand, a YouTuber here in Thailand. He goes on a lot of scooter journeys around Thailand on his famous wave scooter. And he writes, hi Doug, I've heard a lot of complaints about the touchscreen of the GoPro 9. Is there not an app you could download and control the touchscreen from your phone? Yes, there is a dedicated GoPro app from GoPro itself. They call it GoPro Quick. I think they keep changing the name. Right now it's GoPro Quick. And with that app, you can connect your phone to the GoPro and control the entire GoPro from your phone. So in theory, you'd never have to even touch the touch screen on the Hero 9. So yeah, it is a possibility. And it works pretty well, as far as I can tell. I've played around with it, but just the way I use the GoPro, suddenly controlling it from my phone doesn't really work because I'm walking around holding it, and then I have to get out my phone and somehow tap the phone screen in order to, it's just too many things to hold on to at the same time. My phone is usually in my pocket. But if I'm sitting here in a restaurant like this, yeah, I could be controlling the GoPro from here. But as I said early on, right now I'm controlling it with voice commands, and that's working very, very well. I like that a lot. So yeah, I think I'll be doing voice commands a lot more. Moving along, Meat Pie Manchester writes, "Hello, I have a new nickname for you, not Cycling Canadian. Call you Coffee Man of Thailand." So yeah, having a channel called the Cycling Canadian is making less and less and less sense as time goes by. So I'm actively working on coming up with a new name for the channel, and I have a name in mind that on some days it feels like it suits me and it would be a good name for me on social media in general. Yeah, it seems like an okay name, but it's also a little bit of a jokey name. So I'm sort of hemming and hawing whether I want to have a fun, lighthearted name for the channel or just something simple and plain and kind of serious. I'm not really sure, but if anyone has a name for this channel, I'd definitely love to hear it. KT Long 2000 says, "I like any kind of a coffee, especially the free ones, or free coffee refill from Denny's and McDonald's. I wonder if Canada's Hortons gives free coffee refills." Yeah, I'm sure that's in a response to me saying I don't like black coffee. I really don't. I'm not joking about that. I don't know why. I just can't get used to black coffee. I don't like it. But yeah, free coffee is nice. The idea of a free coffee refill. I love that idea because I grew up with that in Canada too, where you can go into any kind of a diner, and the second you sit down, I used to go out for breakfast with my father back in Canada. My dad, he just loved to go out for breakfast. It was like one of his favorite things. And at a typical Canadian, breakfast diner, everybody knows the first thing you do is get coffee. You sit down at your table. Within 5 seconds, a waiter or waitress is at your table, flipping over the coffee cups and then filling. Like, she comes to your table with the coffee pot in her hand. It's not like a question. It's not like, do you want coffee? She just starts pouring. And then as you enjoy your breakfast, every time she walks by your table, she just tops up your coffee. And this will go on for the entire time that you're sitting there having breakfast. It's just, such an amazing thing, especially if you like sitting around writing in a journal or reading a book. And as you sit there, you kind of get an endless coffee refill. Yeah, that's nice. I don't know, to be honest, if they even do that anymore in Canada. Maybe that was part of my childhood and youth, and they just can't afford to do that anymore because coffee has gotten much more expensive than it was back in those days. Yeah. Free coffee, always nice. Rai Bhattacharya writes, "Excited to hear about the offer to review a mic. Maybe you can pivot to being a tech reviewer. Would be a great way to grow the channel since you would have a much wider potential audience." Well, I heard back from this company. They contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in reviewing a special UHF-based Kamika wireless microphone system. And I wrote back and said, yeah, I'm interested. but I had a feeling that they didn't really know who I was or where I was. So I made sure to say in my email, to point out to them that, yes, I am a Canadian and my YouTube channel is sort of based in Canada, but currently I'm physically in Thailand. So is that a problem for you in terms of shipping a microphone to me to review it? And she wrote back right away and says, oh yeah, that's a big problem. We can't do that. She assumed I was in the United States, and then she could send the microphone to any address in the US, but she can't send a microphone to Thailand, so that's not going to happen. But in terms of pivoting into being a tech reviewer, as I've mentioned, I think in this video 3 or 4 times already, I'm thinking about starting a separate YouTube channel. I want to create a technology channel. And it would be, in my mind, it's linked to this channel. So it would sort of be like a companion technology channel. My main focus would be sort of travel style vlogging. But then as I'm using a GoPro to shoot my videos, then on the technology channel, I would be talking about the experience of using the GoPro to shoot that video. So to sort of separate the 2 topics, travel vlogs here, and then technology gear reviews, video editing software tutorials, all that kind of stuff would be on a separate technology channel. And the more I think about this, the more interested I am in doing it. Because to be honest, I have tons of thoughts about technology and videos I want to make, but I don't do it because I know that they don't really belong on this channel. So I thought it'd be good to create a dedicated gear technology channel, and then I can just sort of do anything I want there in terms of technology and not worry that I'm annoying people by talking about technology all the time. So thinking about it. Another technology question. Why? Reborn Itsy and Bitsy writes, why is the audio out of sync with the video? Used to be perfect. Yeah. I actually shot like an hour-long video all about this topic. At this point in time, I haven't even posted it yet. I may not even post it because I do a lot of ranting about technology on that video, but we'll see. But the problem is the video editing software I was using. It's called KineMaster. I didn't know this at the time, but they updated it. They did an automatic update, and in the update to the program, they changed a lot of things, and in changing it and trying to make it better, they broke a few features. And one of the things they broke, at least on my phone, was the audio video syncing. So it was nothing to do with me, and I worked for weeks, literally weeks. I think it stretched to a month or a month and a half trying to fix this audio video syncing problem, and I couldn't fix it. And I eventually got to the point where it was either upload videos where the audio was out of sync or upload nothing at all. I had no choice. So I eventually just gave up trying to fix the problem, and I just exported the video, and if parts of the video, the audio was out of sync, I just had to upload it anyway because I didn't have a choice. I couldn't fix it. But now I've switched over to Power Director. So I'm now using a different video editing app. And with that one, I have other problems, but at least I don't have the audio video syncing problems. So that problem should be gone now, I hope. Last comment. There were 21 comments on this video. This is from KK. Hey Doug, just to be more careful about settling custom duties to clear parcels. Apparently this method has been used by scammers for cheating purposes. I hadn't even considered that, but considering the number of scams you hear about, makes sense that someone would try this. Yeah. Because right now, so many packages are being shipped, like around the world, country to country, and even within a country. You know, everybody's ordering everything online. Everything is being shipped everywhere. And I think scammers and criminals are probably thinking up many different ways to use that to their advantage, to make money out of it, using different scams. And they could do that, couldn't they? Somehow intercept a package and then contact you pretending to be from customs. And then, yeah, you send them duty. And maybe they never even send you the package, you know? In this case, everything was on the up and up. Everything was real. This was not a scammer. The package did arrive, and I did an unboxing, and inside the package you can see all the customs documents and all the numbers matched the exact amount that I paid. So yeah, everything was okay. But yeah, it's good advice. Should always be a little bit suspicious these days about everything, especially if you're dealing with emails and anything on the internet. I get constant scam emails. They just come at me from so many different directions. So it's crazy how many there are these days. Yeah, they can be a bit annoying too, because yeah, you get a little bit of a jolt, you know, a little adrenaline jolt every time you get one of these that gets past all your spam filters and everything, and they copy everything. You know, it looks like it's coming from Amazon or from your bank or from who knows what. And yeah, every time you see one of these, you think, oh, it might be real, you know, and you get a little adrenaline jolt, and then you start reading it, and then the English is so atrocious. It's like written by someone who can't speak English at all, and they get everything wrong. All the details are wrong. So I don't know how they can possibly think anyone would fall for it, but apparently, yeah, a lot of people do. So, all right. That is the end of comments for my chickpeas, naan, and stories video. I think the actual name of the video is Lucky Tea Garden and Coffee Today Stories. So, 93 likes and 2 dislikes. So, that's not so bad. All right. Done lunch, noodles are done. Time to head back out into Mae Sot, and I'll see you in the next video.